Hey, it's Sarah Jane, and I must confess, I've been in silent mode, really listening to my deep voice of intuition and really leaning into my own inquiry about what it means to really live from a place of deep trust and trusting my body, and wondering if I will ever trust again on many, many levels. And you can hear I still have a croaky voice. Hi, Anjana, nice to see you here. So before I actually hit the live button today, I kind of was thinking to myself, do I even want to show up and start to speak out in my real voice again, whatever that means. Hi, Lisa, nice to see you. Hi, Maurice. And I was wondering, can I trust myself to speak from this new voice? Hi, Mark. Nice to see you. Susanna, hi. So I invite you this Monday as we go into August. And if any of you read my blog, I was talking about the movie August Rush, one of my favorite movies, about really trusting that we live in a friendly universe and that everything in life is transpiring to bring us back to this place of deep trust, and asking what steps are really needed right now. Then maybe you want to post your comments below on what trust looks like for you. Yeah, my voice is very interesting. But yeah, oopsie, it says lower power mode. So I've been in some sort of healing crisis over the last 2 months, actually. I went back to gym today for the first time in 8 weeks since I broke my ribs, and then I've had this incredibly strange enforced healing where I had to really take my exhausted self into the darkness and into the darkness as a place of deep restoration. Hi, Christine. To really answer the call and give voice to my inner knowing, and to really return to a deeper level of trust, because I couldn't hear that with all the thoughts that were going on in my head and all of these things that wanted to come through me. So my question, I'm going to keep it really short today, is what steps are you requiring right now to get you from maybe what is showing up for you to what needs to be in this newer space of really speaking your truth, and where are you not trusting? This is the one thing that horses and animals and children have really continued to teach me, is where we're intrinsically taking ourselves out of this game of life, because we're not trusting our heart schooling, we're not trusting our intuitive voice that's saying, go here, or do this, or take a pause, or slow down. And the one thing that animals and children have in common is really that they don't trust emotionally unstable humans. So if you're not trusting yourself, we don't have a conversation. We don't have a conversation with our body. We don't have a conversation with anyone else, including our animals. And when a dog is associating, for example, with an emotionally unavailable or an emotionally unstable human, do you know what their first response or default response is? It's that this human doesn't have their shit together. And I honestly don't really feel like at the moment I have all my shit together. It's almost like I had to let all the plates fall. I had to let my shit literally fall away again, to be able to stand in a new space of trusting the voice that wants to come through me. It's not my voice, it's bigger than me. And I'm looking at ways to really deepen into how I can be my own pack leader for myself. Because I know that when I work with animals, when I work with children especially, the dog is always trying to show me that it needs to take the lead, because You're like an answer. I'm not sure what you're saying. Hi, Devin. So what's the point I'm trying to make today is that I actually have no point. I'm not rushing into anything or trying to prove anything or justify anything. I'm just looking at this beautiful expression that the horses and a dog that I was with today that had some behavioral issues was trying to express to its human, that it isn't neurotic, that it has absolutely nothing to do with your animal or your child or your body in its own true expression of itself. It has everything to do with the fact that it just doesn't trust you. So where are you not trusting your own voice? Where are you perhaps not trusting your body to take a pause, to go on an enforced silent retreat like I have for the last couple of weeks? If your dog is jumping all over you, or your horse is pushing you around, or your child isn't listening to you, it might be demonstrating any kind of whole range of behaviors that you're not fully expressing because you don't trust your own voice. You're not trusting yourself to take the lead and follow your body's impulses to show up in a way that's going to be more in attunement and more congruent with what wants to come through you. Does that make sense? I know a lot of times I say to people, and I don't train animals, I rehabilitate animals. And I train humans to trust themselves, to trust their bodies, to come back to a place of where you're maybe thinking that I can't ever trust myself again, or I don't trust my heart again, or I don't trust other people again because you've been hurt. And I always say this, that people don't break our hearts, they break our expectations. And my invitation to you on this new month is to look at where you're willing to break your own expectations. Where are you willing to go into the dark to restore your trust, your faith with yourself, and have a two-way dialogue with the part of you that knows and the part of you that is exhausted. Maybe exhausted all the possibilities from trying to fix and problem solve and come up with solutions, rather than to just be with that part of you that needs to be held, that needs to really be shown that you're with it, and not be attached to it looking a certain way, or that things have to turn out a certain way, to really just break your expectations. I'm so glad that makes sense, Lisa. I always kind of show up here without any kind of projection or expectation about what I'm going to talk about. And in all honesty, like I said today, I didn't know if I was really 100% attuned to showing up with anything other than to speak from my truth, and to invite you into that, to invite you into a place of looking at where you can drop the illusions of things having to make any sense, or having to be 100% aligned with what you think the truth is, and to maybe let go of the expectation of what truth needs to be, but to just trust and follow your heart from there. Humans by nature, they're not going to trust other humans who don't know what they want. Our nervous system is always going to say, oh my gosh, that feels dangerous. It feels dangerous to be in the space of, or the company of someone that's not fully trusting themselves. My battery says it's going to die. So, maybe that's all that this is for today. It's just to invite you back to looking at what is it gonna take for you to return to trust, to be in alignment with being patient and persistent and just totally present in this moment, to just trust that whatever arises for you in your body right now is exactly what you need to feel in order to heal. Our experience is in the feeling. It's never in the event. It's never in what we think it's going to be. And it always starts with the thought. So that some of my thoughts that I'd like to share with you today is just to look at what is the next step for you. Oh, it's cold out here. What is the next step that you are needing to get you from what is right now to what needs to be fully expressed in you, from this place of deep, deep, deep trust, trusting your heart, trusting your body, trusting your voice, and just trusting that you're enough. You're enough for you, you're enough for your body, and you're enough for your community. You're enough for the people that love you, and you're enough for your horse or your dog or your cat or your animal or the other beings that perhaps aren't even in physical bodies, that you're enough. Yeah, you've got to heal it, feel it, to heal it fully. So that's it. Welcome to August. Welcome to a new space of possibilities where we can really just open up a new two-way dialogue with returning to trust. So I'd love to know what your insights are on what you think you need to be in order to return to trust. And I look forward to having more conversations around the topic of trust and sharing with you my 7 core principles of the trust process that has been emerging through me in a very strong, very grounded way. That's really exciting to me, and I hope that you will get curious about with me. All right, that's it for now. Lots of love. Bye. Mwah.